Welcome to The Advocate, a program that thrashes out all the topical issues of the day.
When you are in government, you don't see nothing wrong with whatever is happening. The moment you are out there, everything is wrong.
You can't even see many women now, and when they're there, they're not even really making a mark, and then they have an NYSC problem and this and that.
One of the reasons why we don't have more women in politics in Nigeria is for as long as political meetings continue to take place in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Really disastrous for a president
to even say
be unaware of the chief
It's
justice.
a ploy. It could be a strategy.
That strategy was very terrible strategy. Because the buck stops at your table.
Whether it's that we don't look after our cities, and quite frankly, Nigeria is becoming a very ugly place.
When you are the only one feeding the people with this news, and there is nobody countering them, it becomes, the news.
Welcome to The Advocate. It's a new week and possibly a new outlook. That is, if we're sold on the low-key inauguration fanfare. What I can vouch for is that we have fresh, feisty topics with which to engage you. I'll be kicking things off by looking into a troubling culture, bleaching. Ekene seeks to tag a user caution on social media. Use with caution, perhaps. Chuka goes existential on us and queries why facing hard times hasn't made us simpler people. Ireti is angry about the repetitive culture of negligence that leads to the death of citizens. Laboris almost sounds optimistic as he reminds our incoming executives to leave a worthy legacy. So much ground to cover, and we don't intend to keep you in suspense. Back in a moment. You're watching The Advocate on plustvafrica. Whitewash is known to have a negative connotation. I am against skin lightening or bleaching your skin to change your skin color. This practice is still very popular in India, the Middle East and Africa, as it's still perceived that the lighter you are, the more affluent and beautiful you are. It's a nasty hangover from colonial times when people with lighter skin did have more privileges and power in society. Other accompanying factors contributing to the high prevalence of this dangerous practice include media representation and the lack of public education. To be dark was to be disempowered, and with centuries of people and a political and economic system telling you that your skin tone is something to be ashamed of, it's no surprise people reach for the bleach to help what they think will elevate their status. It makes me angry that in 2019, this still happens. The World Health Organization, WHO, published a report in 2011 estimating that 77% of Nigerian women use skin lightening products regularly. This is in comparison with 59% in Togo, 35% in South Africa, and 27% in Senegal. In fact, bleaching products are reportedly the fourth most sought-after household items by African women, alongside essentials like soap, milk, and tea. It is big business. So how can we change this culture that not only damages our skin, our health, and our self-esteem? Do we join countries like Rwanda and Ghana and ban all skin bleaching products? Or do we start by putting in place proper regulations to ensure we have only safe products on our shelves, whilst working on changing the culture through awareness campaigns and education on the dangers of this practice? The media and entertainment industry need to be involved to effect a change in narrative and perception. Major cosmetic brands have a role to play in how certain skin colors are represented in the media. Not too long ago, the popular cosmetic brand Nivea was publicly chastised for putting out an ad that fostered the fairer is better agenda. These brands have a responsibility to change the false narrative that has been entrenched in the minds of many and reinforce the fact that black is beautiful.
I agree. Black is beautiful. I had to get that one in.
Yes.
And
Even
just
though,
to say,
even though you're fair, right?
yeah,
But
no, I mean, well,
naturally fair.
sometimes I wish I were
we're not
dark
darker,
skinned.
darker.
Do you really?
Seriously,
Do you know
sometimes.
that's
No,
part of the problem as well?
No, I will look forward to hearing what you have to say. But let me just make
yeah.
this point because I knew she was going to talk about bleaching. Somehow, when I came across, I saw this massive poster just beyond Echo Bridge going towards Mushi, and it said Ivory, your
Yes,
skin, your identity.
I've seen that.
And they have so, I don't know what they've done to expose
Light.
the photo. This ebony skin girl now looks like something else. I'm like,
Yes.
your skin, your identity. Why are you calling it Ivory? Why not call it ebony? It's just
Yes.
such a contradiction.
What is Ivory? The brand name of
Of
something?
soap, I think. Some-
Oh, well, it's a coincidence. They
brand
probably
or
started
whatever.
off business as Ivory and then are now doing
And became-
posters that have to do with color.
Remind us.
But the thing is, I think it's very complex. The 2 points I want to make, though, is that you can't deal away with bleaching unless you deal away with weave-on. It's one and the
think
same
it's the same.
thing. Just
But
that,
weave-on
hang on,
doesn't
let me
harm
finish. One is cancerous, the other is not. Sorry, one is potentially cancerous, the other is not. The other is almost not, what's that word? Harmless. It's harmless.
Yeah, but you see,
But
can I
it's-
just
it's-
say one
Sorry,
thing
this
before
is
you
his
carry
point.
on?
Hold on, no. Yeah, because
You know, that's one. Two is that I don't think it's simply that we don't want to look like Oyibo people really deep down. Even the weave-on thing, which essentially is like having like Oyibo hair. I think it's very complex how
Half
we
of
got
India's
here.
got no hair left, have they?
You know?
Yeah, no.
Peruvian and
but I
Indian.
like where he's going
The
with
reason
that.
I like what you're saying, but the reason we have a problem with bleaching over weave-on
Weave-on, yeah.
is because of the damage it does cause,
Absolutely,
to your health, to
Yes.
your skin,
Yes.
and we also want to understand what is the mentality,
Which is where the
behind-
weave-on links to it, though, Uche.
That's where
Because
the
the weave-on
weave-on-
is saying that there's
the
a
weave-on is not a
psychology that
permanent
we are
change.
I know, but still,
But
what
because
is
it's a
feeding the
mentality
need
thing.
to look like?
If you try to remove one, the other will pull it
Yeah.
back because they go together.
That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
don't know that
interested
they
in.
go
No,
together.
they may, because
They
why
do.
do you
I'm
want
looking at liberals because he's thinking, I ain't got weave on. I'm not
Not bleaching.
bleaching.
No, because the other day, sorry,
What am I, so if I say anything, Narity will attack me that I'm
no, Uche, let me make
Let me
this
just
point.
make it clear
Yes.
where I'm coming from so that you can make your point.
Yeah.
The reason I've raised bleaching is not, I don't have any problem with people adding whatever. I'm only raising it because there's a health issue
Yes.
attached to it.
But
so that's the only reason why,
sorry,
why I'm
Libras, bear
coming
with
on
me.
it.
I will say this,
No,
and
I know.
I really hope not to say more,
Yeah.
unless I'm really triggered. But the point I'm making is that the weave-on thing, the psychology behind the weave-on is
Yes.
similar to the psychology behind the bleaching.
Bleaching,
And so the two, if you
Is what I
investigate
believe
it,
Chuka
you
is
investigate
saying.
it, you find that why are people wanting to look like something that is not true to their original identity? There's a kind of colonial, you want to be, you feel that beauty is enshrined in looking like this white person.
people.
Yeah, because I saw two very dark-skinned people, and both of them had this long hair straight. It looked really strange to me.
Yeah,
At
but
what
are you
point
now,
will that
are you
become
now
normal?
talking about weave-on?
Weave-on.
Or no,
Weave-on.
natural looking
for
weave-on
me-
or straight looking
for
weave-on.
me,
They're
okay,
different.
okay, I
The
know
solution to all of this is very simple. You can't take weave-on away.
No, it's here to stay.
It's here to stay. You can't. Yeah,
Of
you
course, take
can't.
weave-on.
What are you going to do is a
White people do weave-on, black people
You
do
can't.
weave-on. Everybody does weave-on.
That one is
Even
a
the
big industry,
type
so
of
it's
hair
men
that
do weave-on.
Uche is carrying now, Africans are selling it to Europeans
Exactly.
and Americans.
Yes.
So that you can't take away. But bleaching, you can use through the Ministry of Health and the regulations, also regulate the content of this cream to ensure that it's not harmful to the skin. And that's what civilized societies do. What's the content, what's the chemical content of this body cream that you are pushing into the market? The same way we regulate alcohol, what do you call it, wine,
cigarettes.
and food products. If you are producing tomato paste, for example, now the regulatory body would ensure that the content of those tomato paste are consumables.
then help you,
But
that's
we also need to beam our searchlight on body creams, so that, because some people, whether you like it or not, also, some of these companies intentionally push these narratives, to the market. You have some brand, if you have pimples, once you put it, it kills it. Forgetting also that it will lighten your skin.
Yes.
And then you probably don't understand that, it's an adolescence, period that sometimes some of these things will have to break up. So there's need for, government regulation, you know, on all of this. If you don't do that, you can't
To support what Liberos is saying is actually that there is actually a government regulation against, all the time you were speaking, I kept trying to remember the chemical, that bleaching chemical.
Glutathione or something.
No, ammonia. There's a particular one which actually all over the world. I've forgotten.
I wrote one down. Hydroquinone.
Hydroquinone, that's the word. But, so to support what you're saying, there is, but you know, Nigeria, nobody ever listens, etc. Hydroquinone actually has been proven to be related to skin cancer. But the glutathione is what you say. Now, you can have injections.
Yes, you can
actually, it's glutathione where you can have injections that actually blocks your skin from going darker. Yes. So I'll use myself as an example, as I've said before. I've gone darker with age. Naturally, that's what you should do. When you're born, you're yellow and you go. Right. I've also gone darker since I moved to this country. However, what you find is, you can't say it now. You know, you guys say, because I come in without makeup. I have melasma, which is caused by sunburn, etc. But actually, you have it in your skin. Sometimes the sun triggers it off, or it doesn't. Okay. I could have taken that glutathione to actually stop that from happening, but I choose not to. And I think this is where I support what Chuka is saying, is that mentality of confidence, that mentality of thinking that, how will I be accepted? Look at you and I with our hair. And I didn't actually do this on purpose. I didn't even think of your topic. I just felt like I'm going to have my hair out today. I can't be bothered to do a head tie. You know, and I'll show Liberos that I've got more hair than he has.
Oh, gosh.
Do you understand?
Are you impressed?
You know, so do you understand? So it was just...
Which
I know you like. I know you like that. I know you like mine. You like natural hair. You always said so. Do you understand? So I just choose to do that. But a lot of people don't have the guts to do what you and I are doing. And we also have to look at the influence of African-American culture. A lot of American women bleach their skin. Most of them do. A lot of American superstars. A lot of Asians Asians we know. Latinos, big
Filipinos.
Time. But there are also laws. So we can't separate all of that thing. If you go back, there were also laws that prevented dark-skinned people from doing what light-skinned people could do.
Yes,
if you go back to slavery,
which I raised,
where the whole mulatto, you know, the mixed race, and more people are having more mixed race children. So it's almost like, you gotta be light to be.
Because now they have half caste. They have, that's what they call it. No, I'm not trying to be PC right here. The product is called half caste.
No.
Yes. So like if you want to get the look of a half caste person or mixed race person,
being born light skin is not a curse. Being born light skin, it's fantastic. Your natural skin is
your natural skin.
For me,
I said earlier that I wished I were dark skin.
No, but before we
but it's only because
don't wish.
Sorry, let me explain. I know I didn't want to come in.
We're gonna have to round up. But I just wanted a quick, vote here. It's important. Do we go the route of Rwanda and Ghana and just ban all skin products, skin bleaching products, or do we
still black market? So, but we've got to do something like
protective legislation,
regulation,
the content, enforce it.
Okay. All right. Well, we're all about getting at the root of things. Ekene continues to peel back the layers after the break.